a hauntingly beautiful frostbitten expanse, where the air was crisp and biting, lived Skadi, a magnificent giantess known for her fierce spirit and unmatched prowess as the goddess of winter and hunting. Towering peaks surrounded her, glistening icicles sparkling like jewels in the pale sunlight. From an early age, she learned the art of survival amidst this frozen wilderness. Her father, a formidable giant himself, took great pride in teaching her to wield a bow with precision and grace. Each morning was filled with lessons on tracking elusive prey through snow-laden forests. Hours would slip by as she searched for signs left by creatures thriving in the cold, each paw print or feathered trail bringing her closer to mastering her skills. Seasons shifted across the land like fleeting shadows. Skadi transformed into a skilled huntress. Her keen instincts allowed her to blend seamlessly into her surroundings. She became one with the snowy terrain. Whispers of winds carried tales of her relentless pursuits, the way she moved silently through drifts, bow drawn taut against nature's elements. Beneath this resilient exterior lay deep-rooted conflict. Fateful day shattered the tranquility of her life when news reached their icy abode. Aesir gods had slain her father during their quest for dominance over all realms. Fury blazed within Skadi's heart, a fire fueled by grief and a thirst for vengeance. Her resolve hardened like steel as she vowed to confront those who had robbed her of family. Odin, all-father of gods, soon learned of Skadi's intentions to exact retribution upon his kin. Understanding both her rage and potential for greatness beyond mere revenge, he approached her with an unexpected proposal, a marriage alliance with Njord, god of sea and winds. Odin believed such a union could bridge gaps between giants and gods. It could shift tides toward peace rather than bloodshed. Though taken aback by this suggestion, Skadi felt compelled to consider its implications. Marriage might forge connections where animosity had existed before, but it also meant relinquishing some measure of independence that she cherished deeply. Swirling flurries danced outside her windowpane-like home, made from shimmering ice crystals under filtered sunlight. She found herself torn between vengeance for what had been lost and curiosity about what could be gained through partnership instead. Thus began Skadi's journey, not just one marked by arrows aimed at enemies, but also one that led towards understanding herself anew, amidst shifting allegiances within divine realms surrounding Asgard's gates ahead. As Skadi stepped into Asgard, sensed an undeniable difference in the air. It enveloped her like a gentle embrace, starkly contrasting with the frostbitten realm she had called home. Her gaze roamed over the grandeur of golden halls and lush gardens that thrived beneath a sun that never seemed to set. Amidst this vibrant landscape, she caught sight of Njord, his figure standing tall and serene. Njord radiated tranquility, his long hair flowing softly in the breeze, as he welcomed her into his world with an easy smile. Calming presence was inviting. Skadi felt a flicker of apprehension deep within this place was foreign to her wild spirit. The wedding ceremony unfolded in a beautifully adorned hall, where flickering torches cast soft shadows on the walls. Snowflakes began to fall gently from above, mingling with flowers arranged for their union. It felt as though nature itself conspired to bless their marriage, a union between ice and sea. Skadi stood before the assembled gods and goddesses, feeling both proud and vulnerable. Each step forward echoed her fierce spirit, while reminding her of the unfamiliarity surrounding her now. They exchanged vows amidst swirling snowflakes falling like blessings from above. She made a silent promise. She would never forget who she truly was. After the ceremony, they journeyed toward Njord's coastal abode for their new life together. It took them through realms filled with shimmering waters and warm winds that beckoned for attention. Yet upon arriving at their new home, Skadi found herself longing for icy peaks rather than sandy shores. Days transformed into weeks as they settled into shared routines and Njord cherished moments by the sea, while Skadi sought solace under starry winter skies. Reminiscing about frozen landscapes, filled with towering mountains and sprawling snowfields. To bridge their worlds, Njord often invited Skadi along the water's edge, where waves danced playfully against rocks illuminated by sunsets, painted in hues of gold and crimson. Tension lingered beneath each interaction, like an unspoken truth, hanging heavily in the air. Njord embraced sunlight while Skadi reveled in moonlit nights. He adored watching tides shift, while she thrived tracking elusive creatures through thick layers of snow. Their differences became more pronounced during festive gatherings, where laughter resonated among gods, celebrating summer adventures. Despite growing closer over time, both struggled silently against expectations, tied to tradition, their roles woven tightly with societal norms dictating how they should act or feel about one another. On stormy nights, when thunder roared overhead through stone walls crafted from ancient magic, whispers circulated among other gods questioning whether Skadi could truly belong or if she'd forever remain tethered to her giant roots. Within those moments of uncertainty, arose sparks of connection forged through shared experiences, Njord wrapping her in warmth after hunting trips yielded little prey, or Skadi teaching him how to navigate snowy terrain during winter. Hunts that tested both endurance and newfound companionship. Time passed slowly yet beautifully entwined between these two powerful beings from opposing realms seeking harmony together. Amidst swirling changes around them, they forged deeper bonds while grappling individually with questions about identity intertwined within loves, embrace like vines reaching towards sunlight, filtering through canopy leaves above them. Lunges faced together came rich rewards, waiting just beyond horizon lines, painted bright upon dusky skies sparkling beneath celestial bodies illuminating paths. Forward Skadi discovered independence does not mean isolation. She could blend love for Njord with fierce loyalty to herself. Embracing both sides of her identity, the warmth brought forth by Njord versus the cold strength inherent within herself, Skadi carved out space amongst gods and giants alike, as legends began to remember not only her as the huntress but also as one who fiercely claimed her own story amid dualities woven intricately throughout existence itself. The heart of Asgard, a realm where light and warmth flourished, Skadi found herself caught between two worlds, the chill of her giant heritage and the vibrant essence of her new life alongside Njord. The atmosphere buzzed with laughter and joy, yet within her, an internal struggle brewed. Raja, the goddess of love and fertility, sensed this turmoil and offered her friendship as a guiding light. Serene evening, as the sun dipped low on the horizon, painting the sky in hues of gold and lavender, Freja approached Skadi. They strolled through gardens bursting with blooms that thrived in warm sunlight, a stark contrast to the frostbitten landscape Skadi called home. Raja spoke softly about balance, sharing how every goddess carries duality within herself. Skadi listened intently as Freja recounted her own journey, how she too once battled feelings of isolation, despite being surrounded by admirers and allies. Wrapped around Skadi like a comforting cloak, it reminded her that embracing companionship did not mean losing oneself. Days unfolded like petals basking in sunlight, and Njord made efforts to unite their lives under one roof. He invited summer into their dwelling, a fragrant feast laid out along the shore, where waves danced playfully against rocks. This was his way of sharing warmth with Skadi, who thrived amid winter's embrace. For every glimmering sunset they celebrated together, unease flickered in Skadi's heart like a wavering flame. He noticed whispers among other gods, a lingering doubt echoed through Asgard's grand halls, questioning whether she could truly belong among them, or if she would always be tethered to her roots as a giantess. Thoughts pierced deeper than any arrow she'd ever released from her bow. They sought to unravel the very fabric of who she had become in this new life. Fateful evening brought forth an unexpected winter storm that raged across Asgard, winds howling fiercely like wolves seeking shelter. Darkness settled over the land. Anxiety seeped into hearts both mortal and divine alike. That moment of crisis, something inside Skadi ignited a primal instinct honed from years spent navigating frozen forests alone. Determined not to allow fear to take hold amidst chaos, she summoned all her strength as both goddess and huntress. With resolute grace, she ventured outside into swirling snowdrift that obscured vision and silenced sound her senses, heightened by nature's fury. A storm threatened not just their safety, but also harmony within this realm, full of gods who revered balance above all else. He moved swiftly through gusts fierce enough to uproot trees, guided by intuition alone, the same force that had long led her throughout icy terrains since childhood. In time, Skadi reached Njord's side, where he stood valiantly against nature's wrath, attempting to shield others from frigid winds battering them relentlessly like arrows aimed at fragile souls unaccustomed to such severity. She joined him beneath storm clouds heavy with snowflakes tumbling downwards. An undeniable truth crystallized in that moment. Her power wasn't meant solely for revenge, nor relegated only towards maintaining solitude amidst giant shadows, but rather embraced as part of something greater, intertwined with love itself. Together they weathered this tempest, the embodiment of two contrasting forces, united against adversity, not simply gods or giants, but partners recognizing each other's strengths, while nurturing what remained distinct about themselves. Individually, us concluded another chapter upon which legends would soon reflect back upon, a reminder, etched into memory, far beyond mere survival, that even fierce independence could harmoniously coexist beside companionship without compromising. Either's essence, as the winds of change swept across Asgard, she found herself deep in contemplation, reflecting on her journey thus far. Vibrant warmth Njord had brought into her life was undeniable, yet it did not extinguish the icy flame that defined her essence as a huntress. Embracing both realms, the chill of winter and the warmth of summer became essential for her growth. In quiet moments by the shore, she closed her eyes and listened to the rhythmic lapping of waves against rocks, while envisioning snowflakes cascading down from an overcast sky. With every crashing wave came whispers of wisdom. They reminded her that independence did not equate to solitude. True strength lay in forming connections while remaining steadfastly true to oneself. Skadi began exploring what this balance meant for her relationship with Njord. Together, they ventured through lush landscapes where golden sands met rolling hills adorned with wildflowers swaying gently in the breeze. Each shared experience opened new doors within Skadi's heart, a space where affection for Njord bloomed alongside her fierce loyalty to herself. Njord's gentle guidance led them to compromise. He proposed visiting snowy peaks during temperate seasons, allowing Skadi's spirit to soar amidst familiar terrains. In turn, she embraced opportunities beneath sunlit skies, learning about ocean currents and tides from him with rapt attention. Their exchanges became a dance between elements. One moment, she traced tracks left by wandering creatures in fresh snow, while next they marveled at shells washed ashore during twilight walks along coastal paths. Their bond flourished amid laughter shared over feasts, where stories of giants mingled with tales from sea voyages, past a blend celebrated around roaring fires under starlit nights. Moments came understanding. Love was not about losing oneself, but rather expanding into a more profound version of who they were together. Yet doubt still lingered among some gods, like shadows clinging tightly to twilight hours. Questions arose about Skadi's place in their world, as whispers sparked unease around hearths, filled with swirling smoke and softly glowing embers. Their winter storm descended upon Asgard unexpectedly, one fateful night, winds howling fiercely outside ancient walls. It presented an opportunity for Skadi to assert herself once again. Hesitation, she stepped outside into the blizzard's embrace. With arrows strung tightly at her side and instincts honed through years spent traversing unforgiving landscapes alone, she took charge amidst chaos enveloping those around her. Biting cold invigorated every fiber within, as she navigated swirling flurries, cloaked within shadows, cast long before dawn's first light illuminated faint traces, revealing paths ahead. After ensuring safety throughout settlements, threatened by nature's wrath alongside Njord. The assurance blossomed. It proved there was room enough for both their identities within this evolving story, woven through love, intertwined among starry destinies, stretching infinitely outward into eternity itself. Dawn broke upon weary eyes, finally resting peacefully beneath warm blankets snuggled together. Skadi discovered a beautiful truth, echoed back towards familiar snowy slopes, peeking through cracks made clear by sunlight filtering softly onto soft white surfaces awaiting fresh footsteps, etched lightly against frigid grounds once more. Legends would tell tales not only of the huntress, fierce and powerful, but also reveal a goddess who dared carve out space for herself amid towering giants, and mighty gods like a harmony, where strength embraced kindness forever entwined throughout creation itself.